Hello, a few of you have asked me some questions about the week number 3 assignment, so I thought I'd make a quick video to walk you through what I'm looking for. So when you click on the week 3 assignment, you're going to see it's about psychology in the news. The first thing I'm looking for is to find a news article that's fairly recent that talks about some type of a psychological study or at least mentions a psychological study in its content. This might mean you have to read through a few to get to one that meets the requirements, but it shouldn't take you too long. So let's check out what I did here. I added a couple more links for you to maybe make it a little bit easier. And let me just take a look here, the New York Times. So again, I'm looking for something that might talk about a study, a psychological study. And as I scroll through here, I am looking to find something that I can sink my teeth into, maybe something that I'm interested in. Here's one. Happens to have printed on my birthday, December 3rd. So let me click that. How teens use downtime to connect, distract, or reflect. So now what I'm looking at is a New York Times news article. This is not a specific study. This is something that is talking about some content that people reading the New York Times might find interesting. So as I scroll down and I start to skim this article, I'm looking to see if they mention anything about a study. How did they come up with this information? So as I keep scrolling down, oh look, there's a lot to be said for taking occasional all-consuming mental vacations, especially during a pandemic. Research on chronic stress. And look, there's a hyperlink there. Let me click and see where that brings me. Aha, fantastic. This brings me right to where they got their information, which is the Journal of Clinical, Child, and Adolescent Psychology. What I'm asking you to do, to go back to this original news article, then compare it to where they got the information in a specific journal article. Okay? Now, what I'm asking you to do is to, after you've read the article, I want you to find at least one of the studies, which is what I did. I was able to link to that study that are mentioned in the news report. So sometimes those are not available. You may have to track down that original study through the library or email the librarian. And reputable journals are ones like I showed you, as well as some of these common ones that are found down here. So what I'm asking you to do is then describe and summarize both. We're comparing the news article with the research journal article. I want you to compare and contrast the key points, the style, the purpose of the news article with that of the research article. I want you to examine if the news article accurately describes the research, and then include the correct APA citations, and then a link to that right here as well. So that's what I'm basically asking you to do. I'm looking for you to demonstrate what is the difference between something that you might read in a magazine, in something like Science Daily, or Psychology Today, or a newspaper article. But then I want you to dig back and look at exactly where they got that information. They didn't just come up with that information on the top of their head. They came with that information by quoting or looking at research that was done scientifically. And that's what this assignment is all about. If you need more time, and this is supposed to be due on Sunday, but because of some of you had a few questions, I might go ahead and extend the due date if you need it, but just please email me if that's the case. Otherwise, let me know if you have any further questions. I hope that this video was helpful.